Hello again, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Business. The Central Bank must be fair in its dealings with all industry players within the financial sector. That's coming from founder of defunct UT Bank, Prince Kofi Amoabeng, speaking on development within the financial space. Mr. Amoabeng says this is one of measures to help bring back the required confidence that has eluded the sector in recent times.
If you found a company and run a company and the taxpayer has to bail that company out, the government must investigate if there was misconduct. Because you can't get a taxpayer to just pay and you walk away. So I had to go through all sort of investigations, not even ended as of now, EOCO and all sort of things, which was also normal, and I accepted it because it has to be investigated. The only unfortunate part is that the investigation is never ending. So it's as if I'm perpetually under investigation. And therefore, when you're doing business and you have people thinking you're under some kind of investigation, nothing has come out, they sort of hold back a bit. The other thing, too, which is impeding our progress is, for whatever reason, all UT companies' accounts have been frozen all this time. And the central bank is trying set up new limits to make sure that at least they are quite robust and they won't go down easily, right from the rural banks to community banks to savings and loans. If they will go by it and not favor other people, but make sure that everyone is really investigated and they have what it takes and they qualify and they go by the regulatory requirements and they can enforce it, then there will be the confidence, but it will take a bit of time. Maybe in about a couple of years' time, we should find that these companies are doing well and people trust them. But it will take a bit of time because the industry has been hurt badly. And unfortunately, a lot of people have lost money, so I don't know how they're going to bounce back on that. Take, for example, government saying that you have minimum capital of 400 million to be a bank. Some banks were excused. They don't have the 400 million, they've been given time. Some banks merged, they still don't have the money, but they're still around. Some banks were rescued, but the government is going to find money through GAT to fund them to meet the 400. Some banks got the 500. Too much. It's haphazard and it's too much subjectivity. You don't run institutions like that. Put processes in place, and as we say in the army, Nanga to Nanga don't qualify. Nanga to Nanga qualifies. And it's easy. But the way the government is doing, obviously, personal interest, favoritism, and that's not the way to run an institution.
The Chief Executive Officer of Gratis Foundation, Kofi Jane Tim, says his Tamale Center has agreed with the University for Development Studies to train about 110 students of the university and equip them with practical skills after their studies at the university. He said this will adequately prepare them to take up jobs in the industry. The CEO said this at the familiarization tour of the center in the northern region. Tina Bugri has sent in this report.
Kofi Jane Team said Gratis is a pivot around which SMEs revolve in terms of technological know-how. He said the foundation has produced modern equipment for various organizations which have helped increase the economic standards, especially for the share nut industry. Kofi Jane Team said the foundation's workshops serve a wide range of markets such as oil and gas, among others.
Our core mandate of training is another thing that we are working on. Come to Tamale here. A lot of graduates come and study from our center here. As I speak, there's an agreement between the Tamale Center and University of Development Studies to train 110 students. As I speak now, the students go through, pick their degrees, and the practical nature of the job becomes a problem. So after completing their degree program that comes so much in theory, they come here to do the practical so that they'll be able to be all around when they are employed in our factories and companies.
A share nut butter producer, Zakaria Adam Lasiri of the Yumza Women Association, testified how acquiring machines from Gratis has helped boost her production.
At first, we were doing handcrafted butter, and within a day, we could need about 3 to 4 bags within a day. So our yield was very low, because if someone gives us an order for the month, then it will be up and we will finish. But now we are able to purchase this machine. We need about 24 to 30 bags within a day, and which we normally get about, within a day we get about 3 to 4 tons.
Kofi Jane team, who was on a familiarization tour, visited a women's association at Tampenkuku in the Sagnorigu district and later visited Savelugu to inspect ongoing projects of its new center.
And that's all in business. Have a good afternoon.